Philip Johns from Smyrna. This one's a little bit longer. Smyrna, Tennessee.
Hi, Philip.
Considering this current state of the music industry, what is the best path for a musician-songwriter to take to get traction in the ever-changing environment in Nashville? Are great songs...
Well, stop there.
Okay.
The main thing is, overall, whether you want to be a guitar player or a singer or a writer or whatever, make sure you do it because you love it. You know, if you don't love it, if you wouldn't do it every day, regardless, don't do it, because people will know. They can tell. It comes across. And if you love doing it, it's not work. You know, so in the cream, I don't care what year it is or what the circumstances are, the cream will rise to the top if you're diligent. Now, you can't write a song and put it in a drawer and expect something to happen with it. You have to get out. You have to get a little thick-skinned. One of my Tom Petty songs, you got to have rhino skin, you know, and you got to have elephant balls. That's one of my favorite Petty songs. But is that true? It's in the real world. You have to really, you know, you have to be able to take some knocks and get up and keep going. But you have to believe in yourself. You can't compare your work to the worst you've heard on the radio. You have to compare it to the best, because that's really who you're competing against. As a songwriter, you can write songs no matter how old you are. Songs don't go bad. Productions change. You know, a lot of stuff in the 80s that had a lot of electronic stuff on it sounds dated, but a great ballad is always a great ballad. And you can take a ballad, whether it be R&B or pop or rock, or, I mean, Alice Cooper had a great ballad, you know. Foreigner's biggest song, whether they may not have liked it, but I Want to Know What Love Is. Their biggest record. Ballads are star makers for songwriters and for artists. So no matter what you do, keep striving to be better. And that was true. The things that Chet Atkins told me, the things Les Paul told me about guitar playing, and things that I heard that Hendrix said. I never met him, but there's always going to be somebody better than you. But, you know, you have to keep practicing, be the best that you can be, and because you love it. So, you know, it used to be, and a lot of people were listening to the interview I did with Steve Cropper. And Steve was talking about how he would go and hang out at the radio stations, and some of the people were saying, well, you know, there's not DJs and radio stations anymore. Steve said that. So how is that relevant? Well, you may not, I mean, a DJ was somebody that had the power to get your song heard. And a lot of times during that period of time, a lot of people would drive to when they saw an antenna and pull in and go to the radio station and see if they could get the local DJ to play the record. So it might become a regional hit, and then a bigger record label would pick it up and take it nationally. I was talking to Zager and Evans had a song out in 1969, in the year 2525. And I ran into, I think it was Zager one night. How'd you make it? Well, we put it out we put the song out on a small label. It got regional, you know, action, and then a big label picked it up and bought it, you know. So now a DJ, they're calling people now influencers. Well, that's the same thing as I was looking at Dick Clark with Conway Twitty. Dick Clark was an influencer. If he heard our song, he could have sent it to a record label if he liked it and maybe got us a record deal. So DJs were what you call influencers today then. So there's always going to be somebody you need to hear your record that can influence somebody to get it heard or played. They hadn't changed. Great songs haven't changed. People haven't changed to the point that everybody, you can still hurt somebody's feelings. You can still make somebody laugh. You can still make somebody cry. And if it's real, if you say things that are real, don't just rhyme something to make it rhyme. It has to have meaning, you know. And if you touch somebody, you know, it's gonna somebody's gonna hear it. And here, as far as Nashville goes, everybody's heard the Bluebird. I've always called that like a safety net. If you get a job, if you get a chance to be on the stage at the Bluebird, somebody, 6 degrees of separation, somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody is going to say, you need to check this girl out or this guy out. It really hadn't changed in that respect. And now I would say that in place of the regional hits that you would have on an AM radio station in the 60s, you now can do it from your bedroom and have people just like we're doing right now. You start out with, we had 25 subscribers. And now, thanks to you guys, since November, we've got over 30,000 subscribers. Which, by the way, if you really like me, you'll subscribe. So, I'm not too proud to beg. And so, that's it. Be the best that you can be. Be diligent about it. Do it whether you want to get paid or not. Do it because you love it. If you're good enough and you put yourself out there where people can hear you, you can't stay locked up in your bedroom. If you get out there, get some rhino skin, be prepared to be turned down. If you're there, somebody's going to find you. As Billy Sherrill told me, the cream will rise to the top.